Hello everybody, this is Roger from Kettle Creek, and I brought you to an unbelievably cool place. Here in the middle of this stream in the Poconos is a beaver dam. Look behind me, see how it stretches across the creek? Take a look at that. The beavers put all those sticks across this entire creek, and now they've created a pond behind it. There's all kinds of critters that live here, Canada geese and ducks and fish. Even bald eagles visit here occasionally. And all that work was done by a family of beavers over the last 6 months. We're going to take a good look at this dam today, how the beavers built it, and even visit the Beavers Lodge just to see what it's all about. And hey, if you see 2 black Labrador retrievers in the video, they're just my 2 labs, Callie and Arrow, and they love exploring beaver dams too. So let's take a look at what beaver dams are all about. Now, the reason a beaver would build a dam is pretty simple. They need to slow the water down and make it deeper in the creek so they can build their house and have a safe underwater entrance and everything. This dam is about 4 or 5 feet high. Look at the size of the logs that are in this dam and the sticks. And the sticks, a lot of them are chewed. They got teeth marks on it where the beaver has chewed off all the bark. You can see the sharp edges on that piece of beaver stick. As we carefully walk across this dam, it's actually strong enough to support our weight. And then take a look at the big pond that the dam has created with geese and ducks and all kinds of habitat for cool critters. The dam goes all the way across and then over into the other side. And he not only uses sticks, he uses mud and rocks that he's dug out of the bottom of the stream. What a great engineering job this beaver family has done. Okay, hello everybody, it's Roger again. And we're back inside because I needed to show you some really cool things that beavers have on their body that help them live in the habitat you've already seen. These things are called adaptations, and they are things that allow an animal to survive in its preferred habitat. Now, you saw the dam that the beaver built and the pond behind it with all the water in it, and you also have to remember that stream that dam was on is a Pocono stream, which means the water's pretty cold in there right now. Beavers don't have to worry about that because of the fur that they have. Beavers have a very special designed fur. It's actually 2 different layers. The outside layer, you can see, is longer hair, very thin. Okay, you can see it between my fingers. Those are called guard hairs, and they're actually a little slippery because they actually have oil on it. And that oil helps to repel water so beavers don't get as wet. And then the thing that really keeps them warm, though, is underneath that. If you can look closely here, there is a real fluffy fur that's going to be very good at insulating the beaver and allowing them to live in the water all year long, swim around even under the ice when their pond freezes in the wintertime. So one very cool adaptation. Another very cool adaptation that beavers have is their teeth. Now, you saw those sticks that were chewed by beavers on top of the dam and how he had chewed the bark off and chewed them into points. Well, beavers have very strong front teeth. 4 teeth on top, 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. They're actually the beaver's incisors. And all rodents, which are animals that gnaw on things, have those incisors. But the beavers are by far the biggest. Take a look at those. Notice how they're brown? That's because beavers chew on trees and tree bark, and that's going to stain their teeth. And hey, guys, beavers don't brush them, so they're going to stay brown. The other thing about it is, if you look closely, you can see they got a sharp edge on them, and they use that because they'll just go up to a stick and just keep taking bites out of that stick, and then they'll eventually either chew through the stick, or the little bites of the bark and stuff they'll actually eat for food. So those are beavers' teeth. And that allows them to build and work with those trees and sticks that we saw in their dam. The last thing I want to show you is their feet. Now, guys, this is not a real beaver's foot. This is a plastic piece. But it shows you the size of a beaver's back foot. And if you look closely between the toes, you can probably see the webbing in there, which allows the beaver to swim. They're very good swimmers. Their front feet would be webbed too. And they're also very flat, those feet, so they can take those feet and actually use them to pack down mud on the dam and the lodge, which keeps it nice and strong. A little bit about beaver adaptations. Now, let's go back to the beaver habitat. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the lodge. Now guys, this is the Beaver Lodge. It's built along the edge of the pond where the water's deep enough so they can actually have an underwater entrance. Look at the lodge itself. It looks like a big pile of mud, which it really is, but it's got a lot of sticks mixed in with that mud. You can see the sticks have been chewed with the beaver's teeth, and then they pack mud on top of it, and it makes it nice and solid so nothing can get in from the outside. There's 2 underwater entrances to this lodge, and inside of that is an above water platform where the beaver can get out of the water and sleep inside. This keeps them safe from all kinds of predators and other animals. Look, there's Callie. She's checking out the Beaver Lodge too, and she can't get in it as well. It's pretty solid. Look, when she walks on top of it, no problem at all. So this is a really cool thing that they did, and they're living inside of there right now. Now that we've seen the top of the Beaver Lodge, let's go underwater and see what it looks like from a beaver's view. Here we are swimming around the lodge. There's sticks that are been chewed by the beaver and just laying on the bottom. There's mud and rocks moved around. And as we come up around these sticks, we're going to get into the entranceway of the lodge itself. Remember, it's an underwater entrance. It's going to get darker and darker, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see on the inside. But look at this opening, how big it is, and up the beaver would go right inside. Let's take one final look at this fantastic habitat that these beavers have created. They've taken a stream and dammed it up and made a big pond where they built their own lodge and then created habitat for a lot of other animals of all different species. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed your visit to the Beaver Dam and the Beaver Lodge. It's a really cool place, and those beavers, they're amazing engineers to be able to stop the flow of that stream and build it up the pond so then they can build their house inside of it. So I hope you learned a little bit about beavers. Realize that here in the Poconos in Monroe County, there are beavers found scattered throughout the counties in the streams and even in some lakes. If you want to check out a local beaver pond, Promised Land State Park is a good place to go. The ponds in around there have beavers in them, but you usually don't get to see the beavers except late in the morning, early in the morning, and late in the evening when they usually come out. If you go outside, always remember to be safe, enjoy the outdoors, and that's Roger signing off from Kettle Creek.